Today on Alvarez TV, we have built a special guitar, which is a Honduran Mahogany back-to-size dreadnought with a Sitka top. And we're comparing it to our normal DYM 60 HD, which is an Adirondack top. And just like the episode we did with the rosewood, can we tell the difference? Is it true what people say about Adirondack? But this time we do it with mahogany. We throw into the conversation what is happening with our vintage Honduran mahogany. When does it run out? How will it be replaced? Will the line continue, and in what way? Please join us to find out more. Really like that.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, it was quite cinematic, that, wasn't it? I heard the strings.
6/8, some strings needed.
Yeah.
If anybody is a composer out there that would like to write a string arrangement for that piece,
Come round, bring the
Send
bring
it
the
over.
section.
and we've got some good strings, haven't we?
We need to make that album.
LA
We need to make
strings.
that acoustic slash stringy slash.
We need to make the acoustic album.
People are asking for it.
Elevator lounge sort of music
It may turn into a bit of that. That's okay.
with a bit of
Chill.
Irish folk in there. Mate,
Brilliant.
what have we got?
Well,
Something very special.
what we have got is me without a microphone on.
Dee hasn't got a microphone.
So I'm gonna
I'll
put that
fill in the
microphone
big
on.
gap. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
So let's. So I think I'm very hungry. I think that's what it is. I think I'm starving, and
We've got two guitars here. So this is kind of like a second episode, a part 2 of Adirondack versus Sitka.
yes. Only this time we have made guitars. Well, one guitar that is not in the range, which I have to say,
In the line.
It's not in the
because
line.
in America, a range is a cooker.
okay.
You don't want to be putting your guitar on your
No,
range.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Definitely not. Don't do that. It won't last long.
What is that? What are you playing?
I am playing a DYM 60 HD, but instead of Adirondack, it is Sitka.
So years ago, I named these wrong. I named these wrong. So this is a DYM 60 HD, but it should have been, because now I've brought Adirondack with rosewood.
Should have been a 62.
Should have been a 62. So we might change them at some stage.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
If we need it to make this. So these are the same guitars, both Honduran Mahogany, but that's got a Sitka top. This is our Adirondack.
And the difference has to be said, because this is kind of part 2, essentially, isn't it, of a little series that we've made for ourselves, where we in the previous show we made a show with 2 guitars, a 72 and a 70, and I think the difference between the Adi top and the Sitka top was quite pronounced.
Very different on the rosewood.
But it did feel like that. The rosewood really being very
accentuated the difference of the spruce. These two, they're different, but I don't feel they're as different as the rosewood models.
It's more subtle.
It's more subtle. So at some stage, we must call this a DYM 62 if we bring out a Sitka Honduran.
Well, I think now that this exists in the world, I think this should be given...
Maybe it should.
Be given life. I like it. Yeah.
Similar difference where if you watch the other show with rosewood and Sitka and Adirondack, we talked about the Adirondack. You know, people say about headspace. We talked about that, and yes, it had more separation, had pronounced maybe kind of the highs were coming through. But what we said in that was there was less middle rather than more treble.
Yeah, the idea is that basically what we think we were hearing was that there was less low mid energy in the Adirondack, which made it feel like there was more high end or more separation
and even more volume, because
more volume.
Your ears are kind of hearing that higher sort of or less of the middle frequency.
And it was very pronounced in the rosewood, which is really interesting, but not so
there's
much.
less in these two, gotta say. We'll do A's and B's, but like again, I feel it's like it's super responsive, but we all know that. Just like that middle, you know, it's like, it's just that middle, what you call it, you know, there's less of it in that. I feel as though I need to drive this a bit more, this guitar. That's, again, feels slightly more active.
Okay.
And probably down at the stiffness that we've talked about. Adirondack is a little stiffer. It's not harder, but it is slightly stiffer. But again, both made from our Honduran. We'll A and B them, and if you want to listen to the other episode, we'll put it up there.
Absolutely. But here's an interesting, this is segues into something that I wanted to ask. I'm sure everybody wants to know this. We talk, and we have talked an awful lot about this very, very special Honduran mahogany, which of course, and we have another episode we can point people to where you go into the story of how it was found. But there is a development, is there not? How you have found or sourced some ore.
We're getting lots of inquiries. Thank you very much. When does the vintage Honduran mahogany run out? It is going to run out this year. And this show is going out whenever it goes out, but we're making it. You know, we very rarely date our shows, but it's the end of May 2025.
Yeah.
And we will ship to America the last of the Honduran mahogany, the last of Mr. Yairi's stash that he bought decades and decades ago. We will ship the last of it in August.
Right.
2025. And we've got lots of, you know, I think we've got about another, between folk and dread, etc., probably about another 200 or 300 pieces to go over to the States before then.
Right.
There isn't kind of I haven't got a serial number difference yet, because people want to know, well, when's the serial number? Because our serial numbers are kind of monthly in the Yairi. It's not like Alvarez, it's a bit different, but we'll do a little reel on that. But like, everybody's saying they've got to have the vintage Honduran. And I get it, right? Mr. Yairi bought it. It's been sitting there all that time. It's a great story. But of course, we could either just have left it, that was a Honduran series, or we could move on. The fact is, you got to move on, because Honduran mahogany is, if you get the right stuff, is to me, one of 2 best tone woods ever in history. It's Honduran mahogany and Brazilian rosewood. End of story. You're just going off on the other tangents after that. We have sourced new Honduran mahogany, and it is, in my opinion, the best that you can find. And in sourcing wood, there is the tree, and there's people who sell it, and no matter what tone you buy in, some of the journey has many people in between, from people who cut it, mill it, buy it, chop it, dry it, sell it to another person, ship it over there, and that person sells it in another country. Can be many middlemen involved.
Yeah, sure.
Some things that people want price, where for us, we don't care about the price, we want the best. It doesn't matter. So you have to get in the mill, right? You have to get to the source to get the best wood possible and say, that's my wood. Other stuff that maybe isn't as good goes somewhere else, because one tree does not make the same wood throughout the tree. And the different trees are different. So I met a guy, lo and behold, in St. Louis. He's called Bill Hibden. And he's a man, older years, and he's been dealing in torn wood probably 50, 60 years of his life.
Right. You were there a little while ago, right?
I've been a few times.
Yeah.
And I bought samples of Honduran over the past 2 years.
Yeah.
From many places. And we've built lots of samples, and most of them were not good enough. And I said, the only way we can continue is if we make guitars that are as good as the guitars we've made. Bill's been buying, Sutenia macrophylla is the real Central American wood. As we've done another series on another episode on the history of mahogany.
Yeah. He
knows these people at the mill. He's been dealing with them. He's been there decades and decades and decades. And when you buy it through him, in my opinion, what my experience from Bill has been absolutely tremendous. When we built the samples, it was like, whoa, they're just everything. These are.
Yeah.
They've got that openness, lightness. I remember even picking up the first boards that he gave us, just thinking, man, they're so light. And you tap them and they're so singy and musical, resonant. Obviously, we've had stuff in Japan now for some time drying, so it's seasoned, goes through all of our QC processes. And people are going to say to me, well, is it as good as the vintage Honduran? And it's up to you. My job is to supply guitars that are the best value for money we can possibly make, from the best woods we can possibly find. And one of vintage Honduran may sound one of the new Honduran, may sound better. And another one may sound exactly the same or not as good. And because they're all handmade, but all I can guarantee is they are the best versions. And it's up to people who, maybe we'll try some,
Okay.
I've got one in the States. We could do that and A and B them. But what if the ones we pick might be better than the old stuff? What if we pick two guitars that, it's like all of our guitars anyway sound a little bit different. They're in the envelope with whatever tones they are, but they're handmade instruments. But they're all good. They're all great value. And it's like, I understand people get hung up on that story, and that story is romantic, and Mr. Yairi bought that wood 50 years ago, and that is a lovely story. But when you look at the price of all Honduran mahogany guitars, or even Adirondack mahogany guitars in the world, and what we put them out for, handmade, for the tonal quality that we deliver, that's what it's about to me.
Of course.
The romance is something extra, no doubt. So August 2025, I guess whether we end up being shipped in September, etc. And we'll just feed through the new stuff.
I think that's great news. I think it's wonderful.
And we'll do some reels, and we'll do whatever.
I'm
and
looking forward to trying them. Yeah.
If anybody's got any more questions, just hit us up on the website. Go to alvarezguitars.com, contact. And if you've got a question, we can let you know. But rest assured, the Honduran line will continue. Maybe we'll call it a 62.
62. Oh, well, that might be
a good time to jump, right?
To jump it, yeah, I think so.
And you will no doubt be impressed. You will no doubt have a wonderful instrument the value for money of that instrument will be, in my humble opinion, unbeatable.
Great. Looking forward to that.
We'll A and B these two.
We will.
And see what you think. And we'll take things from there. And thank you very much for all the questions and all the people who's bought a Honduran series.
Awesome. Keep them coming.
See everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
See ya. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and consider subscribing to our channel. If you want to watch more videos like this one, click the video on the screen now.